Well, everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 and compare it against the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 Pro and see which specific watch is a better one for you. Now, I will probably tell you between these two watches, they are kind of different. You're really not going to be looking at one or the other as direct competitors. The Galaxy Watch 6 starts at $300, the Watch 5 Pro starts at $450, and like I mentioned, these two aren't really competitors. They're kind of in their own league. I will say the Watch 6 is probably better for the average watch user, probably better for the average person. The Watch 5 Pro is somebody who understands what a watch does, understands like what the Galaxy watches can, perform, the features they can have, and if you're reliant on some of those workout features and some of the things that a Pro watch can bring, well then it might be better for you to purchase that watch, mostly because of this massive size battery inside. So keep that in mind. If you're going long days without, a charger, the Watch 5 Pro might be a better choice, at the end of the day. So if you want to pick up either one of these watches, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there. You can help support the channel at the same time. Now, with the outside, the Watch 6 comes out basically in two different sizes, the small size and the large size. With the Watch 5 Pro, it only comes out in that large size. And that large size is still bigger than what you're getting on the standard Galaxy Watch 6, the small or the large models. So again, at the end of the day, that's a pretty big thing to keep in mind there. If you're wanting to go and buy a watch that's a little bit smaller, then the Watch 6 will give you more options. Other than that though, the Watch 5 Pro is the one that's essentially going to be the one that's going to be the bigger one, but it's also a much thicker watch at that. Now, you're kind of getting the same type of features built in. So with the Watch 5 Pro, you're getting those two buttons on the side. The Watch 6, you're getting basically the exact same thing. On the back, you have that wireless charging pad, which is amazing. So you can just go ahead and wirelessly charge your Galaxy Watch from your charger. But you can also wirelessly charge it, honestly, from your Samsung Galaxy Watch as well, which is beautiful. Having the ability of literally going through and just charging your Galaxy Watch from your Samsung Galaxy phone is amazing. And again, that's one of my most favorite things going on with these Galaxy Watches. On top of that, with your Galaxy Watch 6, you're still getting, IP certification, same exact thing with the Watch 5 Pro as well, which is still a really cool thing to have. So the one thing that is annoying on both, which Samsung still is kind of not really fixing, but they've changed a little bit, is with the bands. So the bands are still kind of difficult to kind of plug in, if I'm being honest. They're still kind of a process on both, so it's not like one has it, the other one doesn't. They both experience the same type of issue, and I really do hope Samsung ends up fixing this in the future, because it is a very, very annoying thing. I'm not really too sure what we can do about it. There's not much we can do, but from my perspective and from what I've seen, that is probably one of the more annoying things going on between them. So on the outside though, that kind of covers it up. Now, the bigger differences probably lie, I would say probably from the battery life standpoint. So if you're comparing a small Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 to the, Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, the small Galaxy Watch 6 has a 300 mAh battery. The Watch 5 Pro has a 590 mAh battery. Once again, the large Galaxy Watch 6 has a 425 mAh battery. The Galaxy Watch 5 Pro has a 590 mAh battery. So you are getting an exponentially bigger size battery on the Watch 5 Pro, and it shows because that is a much thicker watch. So if you don't know what you're getting in for, it is noticeably thicker than the Galaxy Watch 6. So keep that in mind. But even when we take a look on the performance side, this is where things start flipping up. So with the Watch 5 Pro, we basically had 1.5 gigabytes of RAM. With the Watch 6, we have 2 gigabytes of RAM. The same amount of internal storage, but you are getting a bit more RAM on the Galaxy Watch 6 than on the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. And Samsung even mentioned that you're getting pretty much like 18% better performance on the Watch 6 than coming from the Watch 5, which pretty much is in tangent with the Watch 5 Pro. So what does this mean? Well, this basically tells us that the Watch 5 Pro is going to give us better battery life, but the Watch 6 is going to give us better performance. In my opinion, I kind of wouldn't really think going to one or the other, like because of the performance or the battery life, to me personally, would be that big of a deal. But I think if I were have to kind of weight the two, the battery life would probably be the bigger deal. And I think I could see a lot more people switching from buying something like a Galaxy Watch 6 to buying something like the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro because of that battery life component. So that is another thing that kind of throws a wrench in everything, because you would look at something like the Watch 5 Pro as something like being like the better watch, but in some cases it's the more expensive one. But the Watch 6 is probably the one I would say for the average person. Again, maybe you're not getting as good battery life, but you are getting better performance when it kind of comes down to it. So that kind of covers it up there. the Watch 6 also has the higher likelihood of outlasting the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro when it comes down to the actual, longevity of both these watches as well. So to kind of sum up this whole entire comparison, what I'm going to tell you is I definitely do think that the Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 Pro is probably the better watch overall, just because it is kind of like, it's the one that's been around for a little bit of time and it's the more expensive one and has a lot more features. But the Watch 6 is the better one for the average person out there. By far, that is exactly what I think. And I think that's what people should be kind of thinking about, is that the Watch 6 is the more comfortable one for a lot of people to use. And that's probably what I'd recommend them to do as well. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.